Waiting for me. Well, I'm here. And I think everything looks good. The lighting looks good, I think. I don't know. Ah. Whoops, I gotta turn off the volume. Okay. Whoops, I gotta turn off the volume. There. Okay, folks. Come on in. Join me for some fun. I was watching football. Kansas City and hi, Amber. Oh, I understand. But thanks for stopping in. That's great. I appreciate that. I really do. Very nice of you. So you're at work. Hi, Belinda. Yes, well, it's a bit messy, but so many things go through my mind before I actually decide what I'm going to do. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, as we all know. So I'm going to be working in the concertina notebook that I made a while ago. And I'm going to try to do a farm-like or rural farm scene. I'm going to share with what did I buy this week. I bought some clothes and I'm in between sizes. Hi, Jenny. Good to see you. And it's hard when you're in between sizes. Oh, good. Oh, wow. That is awesome. You have all the pages. Very good. Good for you. I haven't done anything in mine. Maybe next Sunday I'll get mine out. I have a whole list of people that I'm going to mail them to. I was waiting for, hi, Beth. I was waiting for postage to arrive. I've ordered those. They're not new, but they're new to me. I ordered the 2-ounce stamp because a lot of times when you mail stuff, it's just over an ounce. And I know for myself, I always stick another 1-ounce stamp on, which is really way too much. So they sell a 2-ounce stamp. So which equates to $1.07. So these little notebooks are over 1 ounce, but not quite 2 ounces. So I was waiting for them to arrive and they arrived yesterday. So I will get out the rest of them using the new 2-ounce stamp. Okay, Mo, wow, thank you for being here. Hang out in the balcony. Yeah, that's awesome. So yes, this one, isn't that cute? I've had this quite a while. I don't know whether I'm going to, it doesn't really match, but I'm thinking, why not just stick it in there? Hi, Mary. Welcome, welcome. So I was saying I got the clothes, they just arrived, and the first thing I wanted to try on were the slacks. They're casual. They're like Lee cargo type of pants. And I ordered a size lower than I normally wear, and I was kind of holding my breath, and they actually fit. They're a little snug, but not too snug that I wouldn't wear them. And I know if I'd ordered the size up, they would have been way too baggy, and I ordered 3 new t-shirts. So I was excited that the pants fit. And one of those interesting orders, pants and kitty litter. Doesn't everybody order pants and kitty litter? Hi, Darcy. So I've seen this advertised on Facebook a lot. And it's this ratchet set. I don't know if any of you have seen this,
but it's for like for putting together furniture and stuff. And this is all metal, and this all comes apart, and you can put it in any configuration you want, and you can do a ratchet thing on it. It's got a ratchet thing, and it's got all of these different fittings for different types of things. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. Hi, Barbara. And on Amazon, they were selling them for, I think, 20, 30, $39 plus shipping. I mean, online, $39 plus shipping. And I went on Amazon and they had tons of these. I mean, tons of them. And this was $27, and I have Prime with free shipping. So that arrived. And it's all magnetic. This was broken. This was fell off. So I glued it down with some E6000. So I'm all good to go. And since I'm ordering a whole bunch of Billy bookcases for my new studio, this will come in handy. I'm not putting them together, but the guy that is putting together would probably appreciate. Hi, Julie. My contractor, my carpenter came Saturday. Hi, Teresa. Saw you earlier today. And he worked a little bit on Saturday. And then he left, and I went out. By the time I got home from Bridge, he was long gone. And I went out and kind of surveyed the area, and there was loose stuff around. And we were in a tropical storm watch for Imelda. Imelda? And so I texted, my contractor, and I said, there's plywood that's not tacked down, and there's some other stuff that's kind of loose. And he contacted Chris, the carpenter, and Chris knew that he had to secure the area. So Chris and his girlfriend came back this morning and secured the area. And it turns out that I don't know, nobody in here is from Florida, I don't think. But, Imelda was not named, and then she was named in parentheses, and then she was there without parentheses, and she was going to be a thing, and then she wasn't going to be a thing, and then all of a sudden she took a hard right. I mean, a hard right. And it said that Umberto, who is huge, category 5, out in the middle of the Atlantic, has kind of sucked Imelda off the coast of Florida, and for Becky and their South Carolina friends, away from them too. So this is all good news for those of you that are in the middle of hurricane territory, hurricane territory. Hi, Val. So I'm going to hold off mailing you your field notebook, right? Because of the strike in Canada. I got this postage. So I guess I'll hang on to it for a while and keep an eye on what's happening. I hope it's resolved. I did read something about no more local deliveries, that there would be community mailboxes. Where did I read that? That they wouldn't be delivering to, addresses, that you would have a mailbox at a central location, and you'd have to go pick up your mail at a mailbox or a post office box. I don't know whether I'm understanding that correctly or not. I'm not sure. So I hope that's resolved soon for you. Yeah, they're on strike again. Yep. Well, apparently it wasn't really resolved the last time. It was like a Band-Aid, and the Band-Aid's been ripped off, and that's my understanding. So this is the concertina book that I made a while ago. I don't want to lose my pieces. And it looks like this. Yes, rural community mailboxes. That's what I read. Okay. And this is from a brand of vodka that I drink called Tower Vodka. And their box is really cool. I love the graphics.
And so I made this, and I worked in it. And when I get my next case of vodka, I'm going to make one for Mariah because she is crafted in Texas. I should probably make one for P too. And then I just did this little cat thing, which, But then I did the city, kind of did a city thing. Hi, Mary Lou. And this is again a stencil, a two-part stencil that I cut. And then I did this, I guess, last week or 2 weeks ago. These were the little kind of rural farmhouse stamps. And then these are some gel plate papers that I made where I just put paint down on the gel plate and put down, this was packing paper and some tissue paper, and just slapped it down. And I was looking at this and I see the beginnings of a barn here. I don't know if you see it there, but there's like the slope of the barn roof, and here's like the barn. So I went through the papers, and I'm going to build out the barn here, and I'm going to have like some trees over there. Hi, Aunt Bex. Saw you earlier with a very interesting conversation at P&M Studios this morning about feet. Very odd. So I'm going to see if I can't build out this barn. I have some scraps of paper from the pulls that I did. You never know, right? What's going to come up in a conversation. So I'm going to make this maybe this way, or maybe this way. And then like so. Let me move down. I'll zoom in, my manual zoom, meaning my arm. And then, oh, thank you, Beth. And this can come across like so. I'll cut them to fit. And I've got a little piece here, so I might move this over and cheat on that end. And that will be kind of like the barn-ish, right? I can see, you see that? I can see it. Hope you can see it. So I'm going to tear this. I probably should cut it, but I'm just going to tear it. Okay, let's just tear it. And this is packing paper. So Becky, it looks like we're going to escape. Oh, okay, you're going to go see Mill? Okay. Hi, Debbie. They were talking about, do you have snark? In your coffee shop? Is that what I heard? Is that the word on the street? Is that you got snark? Di had some from Messy Palette AU. She had some really funny snark. Oh, I can do that. I like that better. What do you think? Okay, that's the beginnings, well, the parts of the roof. So let's glue that down. Very funny snark. Hi, Safia. Maria, Safia. Hi, Christy. Thanks for being here, folks. I'm assuming that everyone that's here has subscribed to my channel because I'm at 797. So a couple of more subbies to bring me up to 800 would be awesome. I never ask people to sub because I'm assuming, assuming make an ass out of you and me. So if you haven't, please consider hitting the sub button. I remember once hi Jennifer. Ah, laundry. Yes, the laundry. Someone's got to do the laundry. The hardest time when I had laundry was, of course, when the boys were young and the laundry was in the basement. Oh, thank you, Christy. I appreciate that. The boys were young. I mean, and the laundry, the washing machine and dryer were in the basement, and we were in a 2-story house. And of course, the bedrooms were. Hi, Di. Good to see you. Di's in the land of Oz, also known as Australia, I think, right? And it's actually 5:14 in the afternoon here in sunny Florida. And we just dodged another hurricane. Woohoo! Nothing like dodging hurricanes. We've been very, very lucky this year. I hate even saying the H word. Because actually, honestly, when I started this whole porch project back in February, I really thought that I would be all buttoned up and secure for this hurricane season. And I am working on that, but far from being secure. Isn't that crazy? February. The plans were approved oh my. Oh, is that in Australia? Because I don't think ours is until November 2nd. Hi, Roseanne. I could be wrong. I thought ours wasn't until November 2nd. I could be totally wrong. No, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, that's all right. I can move that over a little bit. I'm going to be a little short on this. I can move that down and make the roof. No, that's not going to work. Well, we can color it in or find another piece of this. That's all I had of that. It'll be okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, I want to put that in. I thought ours was November 2nd. I'm going to be on Dice channel October 2nd. It took a while to confirm that. Di found her book. And it's going to be 8 o'clock. Oh, did you say 8 o'clock? I think you said 8 o'clock Central. I think you said, pretty sure you said 8 o'clock Central, which is 9 o'clock my time. And it's going to be lose it or use it. And mine's going to be more a use it than use it, lose it. I finally figured out what I was going to do, but I don't know that I want to tell you. You'll have to tune in. Di has asked me to send a picture to her and a description, so I will do that. Well, that's not too bad. Got to fill this in. But that kind of looks like a barn. Maybe I should get a bigger piece. I got a bigger piece, so I can use that. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll use this bigger piece. Uh, I'm sorry, I'm fiddling so much. I'm a fiddling or titsy fritting. Titsy frit? I think that's a made up word. Titsy frit. I'm like just messing. Let me move this down like this a little bit. Okay, let's do this. All right. Okay. I think that was a law word, titsy fritty. Fussing around. Okay, let's do this. All right. Okay. Bring this down like so. Bring this down like so. Yes, that'll be good. And then I'll just trim that a little bit. Or it could be a ragged roof, right? Oh, I like that ragged because, old barns, barnwood, raggedness. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it ragged, at least for now. I'm going to cut that, of course. Let me glue this down. Let me commit. Ooh, you know what? No, I can't. I thought I could steal a piece of that, but I can't. So I'll just glue this down. I had a bunch of doctor's appointments this past week. I saw my regular GP doctor. I was very impressed. My appointment was at 2:45, right? At 2:47, I was sitting in the exam room. I'm thinking, wow, this is great. 45 friggin' minutes later, she shows up. This glue, I love this glue. I discovered this glue a while ago. It's by Doris. Doris makes a lot of embossing folders I used to buy at Tuesday Morning. And I'm on my third 12 pack of it, and I like it a lot. I'm very happy with this glue. It has, yeah, I've got no complaints. So, and I get it on Amazon. So, and it comes in a 12 pack. And that's what I've been using for quite a while. I recommended it to Rosemary from Rosemary Morris, and I sent her a 12 pack, and she's been using it. I think she likes it. Pretty sure she likes it. So I've been happy with it. And it's not as expensive as Oohoo. Is it Oohoo? Yeah, it is Oohoo. And of course, the Elmer's Extreme, which is great glue, but now it's become extremely expensive, and they've decided that it's a very unfortunately, it's become very expensive. And let's see, and Nicole from Cut Relax Glue, she uses, I think, Scott glue. And I found that for me a little bit too gooey. But I was watching Pam from Ginger Cat Pam. She uses the hi Dana. How are you? What do you think? I think I'm going to leave that ragged. Looks like, well, I don't know. Hi, Janet. I think I don't know whether you would have been in harm's way from the Hurricane Imelda. You're inland enough that I know at one point they showed Imelda going right up the middle of the state, but anyway, it looks like Imelda is hanging a hard right and is out of here. Gabriel, from a while ago, ended up going all the way across the Atlantic and hitting southern Portugal and southern Spain and northern Africa. All right. Can you see the barn? I see it. Oh, okay. They did, okay, the extra strength. You've liked that? Okay. All righty. Okay. So they did stop making the extreme. So that's why it's, if you can find it, it's extremely expensive. Okay. So I've got this little hole here. And I'm not going to worry about it right now. So this is the barn. And this is going to be kind of whatever it is. We're going to have to put some animals out here. And this is where it's going to get, because obviously we don't want the town here. This is from last week anyway. That's the town from the foamy stamps that I made. And we could go very kind of graphic design-y, if that's a word. And that's a thing. I don't know. Graphic design. Oh, you know what? What do you think? Oh, you're so welcome. Stick this over here. This could be the farmhouse. Right? Here's the barn. We can put the farmhouse out here. I like that. That could be the, ooh, wait a minute. This could be the farmhouse. I don't know. Let's see. Let's just see. I mean, I could get those stamps out again. That would not be that difficult. Well, that's not too cool. Let's cut this. You know, a big old farmhouse. The kind with the wraparound porch. Oh, we could add this to it too. Could be a really big farmhouse. Yes, off to the side. Yep, a little farmhouse. Off to the side. I lived on a farm. It was called the Cattle Farm because the farms were named after the people that had originally owned them. So we were on the cattle farm. Let's see. I don't know. Does that look bad? I don't like that. Oh, hi, Lynn. I don't like that. I don't like that. No, I think I'm just going to put that off to the side and we'll pretend that that's the farmhouse. And I think I'm going to cut it out, silhouette it. And the farmhouse that I lived in was outside of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And it had an acre-sized pond and a big old barn. When we lived there, it had no animals. It was part of Boyer's Orchards and Nurseries, 2,000-acre fruit farm. No animals. A fruit farm. Screwed that up. Well, that's not what I was. Was that what I was going to use? I tried them, but yeah. Well, we'll just stick that there for now. Okay. Now I have this, which is that would be way too big. It would just kind of blow everything out of proportion. But I'm not too concerned with proportions because I could never really get them right in the first place. So I figured, well, I can't get them right. Why bother with them? That's not a really good attitude. You know what? I'm just going to stick that house there. I'm having all sorts of problems here. I don't like that. We'll stick this here off in the side. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. And that'll just be a farmhouse. We'll just pretend that's a farmhouse. Maybe I can pencil in a porch. All right. And I think I might stick this here. I don't know. Let's put some animals in. I'm going to stick this down. I'm just not going to worry. Oh, I'm not going to worry about it because why worry about it? It's just paper, right? Isn't that what we say? Don't worry about it. It's just friggin' paper. And it's my little whatever. And whatever I do with it, I do with it. Sunday Night Football. I'm not doing very good. Hi, Joyce. I'm not doing very good on my football pool. And I'm coming in like close to last. All right, so I have this, and I was going to carve a cow stamp. I wouldn't bore you with me carving a cow stamp, but I have like some pictures of animals. And we could just stick like a chicken who's laying an egg. And I could cut out a calf. And stick that there. Or I could stamp a sheep. Oh, I've got a whole bunch of composition notebooks, half done, in various stages of doneness. So, carved December last year. I carved a zoo. And, but somehow oh my gosh, thanks for saying that, Mo. Hi, Mariah. One more subby. Now, that doesn't mean I'll keep it, but one more subby would give me 800. Anybody out there? Going once, going twice? Soul American. So I carved a little. Why the sheep got in the zoo, I don't know. Yeah, you're at 300. Well, you got to 300 a whole lot faster than I did, Lynn, that's for sure. I've been at this for years. I'm not complaining. I'm just thrilled to have anybody. It's awesome. So I carved a sheep. Now, why the sheep ended up in the zoo, don't ask me, but it did. And but it's one of my zoo animals. So it was carved December. This is an O copy. A sheep. And koala bear, Highland gorilla, a bear, some rocks, an ostrich, a leaf. Forget the leaf. That's not part of it. Ooh, a fence. I'm going to use the fence, a little bit of fence. Ah, Safia's making pocketbooks. Here's a sloth that can hang on a branch. I'm going to do a zoo in here. I might as well show them to you. A rhino, a tiger, a panda. These are trees. I think I'm going to use that over there. A leaf, a balboa. Oh, wow, that's a beautiful one. A balboa tree, I think. A cat. Well, maybe the farm can have a cat. A kangaroo. A hippopotamus. Oh, this is a zebra, even though it looks like a donkey. A chimpanzee. Another chimpanzee. This is the one I used. A lion. Nice thing about these stamps, you can carve on both sides, which I have in some cases. And it's amazing. They all bow. Thank you. Thank you, Dia. Bow. Thank you. That's right. A baobab tree. So, and I have some grass. So I'm going to, well, these are a little bit too big, but as I said, I'm not too worried about the proportions because I'm not. I'm not going to use her, obviously. Okay. It's amazing. When I was putting these together, they all fit in this little Timmy box. So we'll use the sheep, we'll use the fence, we'll use the tree. Put these back in the box. So this was carved December. And there's 31 stamps in here. That was a tree also. And there was a branch. We don't have any, but I'm going to use these. I'll do a zoo scene, I think. And the little koala bear. And the ostrich. And those are rocks. We're not going to use the rocks. But I think I'll use this, this, and this. Okay. And I use this. I used this great little book. And I showed it when I carved the stamps. I referred to this book a lot, How to Draw Almost Everything. And it's a very handy dandy. You're going to do your Inktober dangles again. Your building is, I think it's probably what you're building is a lot more practical. And in this book, it has literally, well, step by step on how to draw almost everything. And they got cats and they've got people, and I use this. So if I carve a stamp, I might do the cow, and it shows you step by step how to draw each animal. I mean, that's how I carved the okapi. I use this as a reference. And let's see. So all of these, oh, I don't know where the giraffe is. I do have a giraffe. And let's see. And then, there's a sheep. There's the panda bear. I did him. And there's the tiger. The lion. I did him. I didn't do a donkey. I don't. And then they have aquatic. And they've got people. It is dinosaurs, birds, buildings, you name it. It's just a handy dandy little reference. And there is a sheep in here because I did the sheep. But I can't find it right now. There's a little rabbit. Rabbit. Where's the sheep? Oh, there it is. See the little bar? The little sheep right here? And that's this right here. So let's do that. I missed what you said. Okay. Are you doing she's doing 12 or 20 watercolor blobs and will doodle into each one a few days to get each done. So no pressure. And she has a list, but no obligation to follow the prompts. My kind of easy. Thinking about it. You know what? I talked to Barbara about this, and I think I am going to do numbers, fancy numbers, and they're going to be really simple. And I'm going to use this book. Didn't we talked? I shared this with you, Barbara, right? This is that doodle book, and I've done almost all the exercises in this book. It has like an example over here, and then you do it on practice here. And I thought it would be fun. I was going to do the numbers, right? It couldn't have been. It couldn't be any easier. I would do. Of course, you never can find anything when you're looking for it, right? Or letters would be fun. Yes, we see you, Lynn. I'm busy. Just do a letter. Or just numbers. And you just do a number a day. How fun, how easy would that be? And just on a little whatever, just do numbers. Then letters. I mean, that would be certainly easy enough. But this is a great book, and I've been through it. I've done almost every exercise in here, and yeah, and then it's creative doodling and beyond. And my son gave it to me. So I might do just numbers and just different fancy numbers. I think that would be fun. I haven't done Inktober. Well, I started it last year, and then I petered out. All right, let's stamp some. Let's put a fence in. Actually, let's put a sheep here. We got the barn, and let's do a sheep. All right. And now, the problem with the sheep is what color is going to show up. That's going. Well, I can put the sheep up here. All right. Brown. Yeah, you choose. This is going to be a problem, but I'm not. Let's just do it. I'm not gonna. Let's just pick a color, any color. Was it pink envelopes? No, pink elephants. How about Well, let's do a brown sheep. What the heck, right? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Barbara. That's a great idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have the medical exam thing. Oh, wow. Your arm is still sore? Oh, wow. Will you? Okay. This is the dental medical. This is the dental stuff that goes behind your head. Ooh, Barbara, Barbara, Barbara. Okay, let me put this up here. And I should get something underneath me, correct, Barbara? Right? Something foamy? How about a cutting board that's foamy enough? Okay. Yes, thank you, Barbara. And let's do a well, we're going to do anything, right? And let's do a plum thing. Black. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Little black sheep. God, my brain's not working. Of course, a little black sheep. Well, I don't have a piece of fun foam handy. Oh, wait a minute. I do. Ta-da! Okay. We're all set. We're all set. Little black sheep. That is cool. All righty. When I was in Ireland several years ago, it was springtime. And as we were driving across the Irish countryside, there were sheep everywhere and lambs. It was lambing season. And there were little lambs bounding all over the place. And every once in a while, there'd be a little black lamb. So that brings back great memories of sheep book we shop. Oh, no, I don't remember. But a little black sheep. Let's see. Did we get enough of it? Yes, oh, perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. We've got to do 3 of them, right? 3. We've got to do 3. 3 little sheep. Let's do them all black. What the heck? The naked. Oh, I love that. Also known as the naked pastor. Oh my God. That is so cool. That is so provocative. The naked pastor. Oh, look, it went right through onto the foam paper. Oh, that's not good. Let me turn that over. What's interesting? Little Bo Peep. Yeah, that stamp came out pretty good. Yeah, it's one of the, I'm not much of a carver. Safi is the carver. Oh my God. But I enjoy it. It's fun. I was carving out words for our political protest postcards. And I had to do them so many different times because doing the letters backwards. Oh my gosh, I had such a problem with just carving out. The thing I was going to add to the postcards, my only message was please do your job. And that was going to be my message on the postcards, or is my message on the postcard. Please do your job. Oh, thank you, Mariah. Thank you. I will definitely check out the naked pastor. Okay. Well, I think it's nice, right? It's polite, Barbara, and it's for any elected official. I'm just asking them politely, please do your job. And that's a simple, you know, request of a voter. That was such a great idea, Barbara. Thank you so much. And this is archival ink, so it shouldn't. Yeah, and it won't be affected when I glue it down with matte medium. Yeah, some of them either have forgotten or maybe they just didn't know. Okay, bye, Lynn. Okay. So we can have some sheep. So this will be a sheep farm. And the nice thing about a sheep farm is they don't necessarily get butchered, they are shaved. I know the writing is so difficult. And it took me so many tries just to get that done. Oh my gosh. And I was down to like this little piece of just a little scrap of rubber. This is it. And that's what that says. Please do your job. And it took me forever. I would get it all right. Bye, Christy. Thanks for stopping by. And I would stamp it out, and there'd be one letter going in the wrong direction. And I'd have to start all over again. But that's the stamp that's going, that's the stamp that goes on the left side of the postcard. That's the plan. Okay. So let's put some sheep down, and then we can. Well, that was the ice. I heard a noise, and I didn't know what it was. It was the ice maker. And I think I'll stamp the what do you call it? I will do the fence too, and put that down. So I told you I got new slacks, and they're a size smaller than I normally wear, and I was nervous. And they fit. They're a little snug, but the regular size would have been way too big. I know. I thought it was simple and right to the point. And that's really what we're asking, whether they're Democrat or Republican. We're just asking them to do their job. And then what was the other one I had? There was another one that I had that I carved. Gosh, I can't remember it now. It's in the other room. It was one of the messages that was, yeah, on a postcard. Yeah. I can't remember. What was the other one I carved that was on the postcard? It was on the front of the postcard. It wasn't Justice for All, even though that's on my postcards. But I didn't carve Justice for All. Oh, I know. We've had enough. I think that was the other message I carved. We've had enough. Well, I can put these over here because they're going to show up. Oh, they look wonderful. Oh, that's a great idea, Beth. Write your message on tissue paper and flip it over. Oh my gosh. See? I would have never, how simple. Thank you, Beth. Perfect. I will do that. Okay, let me get out some. Should I put one way over here? Here. Here. I think I'm going to stamp everything. I'm going to stamp the tree onto everything's going to go on tissue paper. All right. Well, this guy's definitely going to go here for sure. All right. So let me get out some. And what a simple solution. And that solves the whole. Yeah. We just. Let's see. Okay. I just do your job. Turn it over. And there it is. Oh my God. Beth, that is brilliant. There it is. Look at that. It's simple, easy peasy. Oh my Lord. Thank you, Beth. That is what's so great. I know, Kathy. I know. I'm terrified. Absolutely terrified. Yeah, I would use the Sharpie, but I was just trying it out with a pencil. I would definitely use the Sharpie, but that solves the problem. It's perfect solution to the problem. Thank you so much, Beth. I ruined one of my brushes last week. I didn't clean it after I used the Mod Podge, and it hardened. And I soaked that brush. I soaked it. Yes, I could do that too. Yep. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yep. You can do that. Yep. Now, this went all the way through. This is the shiny side of the tissue paper. This is the dull side of the tissue paper. I printed it on the dull side of the tissue paper, but it came through on the shiny side, and the shiny side looks as good as the dull side. So I think I'm going to put the shiny side on the front side, if that makes any sense. I watched somebody today. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Kathy, for the idea of the black sheep. Thank you, Barbara, for the idea of printing it on tissue paper. Oh, that looks so good. I watched somebody today, and I'm sure P has done this, and I'm sure she collaged directly onto a gel plate. She did a ghost print, and then she cut up like little pieces of ephemera and glued it on directly onto the gel plate. And then I want to put that, oh, I can put that over the door. That would cover that up. And then she cut up again the pieces of ephemera. Now she didn't say whether she had printed that out on inkjet or not. I'm assuming it was on inkjet, but she didn't say. So she cut up these pieces of ephemera and glued them down on the gel plate with matte medium. And then after that dried, she covered the whole thing with a coat of paint. The only downside of doing that on a stream, you couldn't do it on a stream because she basically let it sit overnight. But when she came back and did the pull, it was amazing. The ephemera copied onto the paper. Oh my gosh. Look how cute that is. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Okay. So I'm going to do the fence. Plenty of time. And I'm going to do that on tissue paper too, because that is such a nice, kind of disappears. I bet you okay, foiled, that makes sense that she would have done that. Yeah, that sounds like something Foil would do. She's unbelievable. Oh my God. The stuff that she produces is just no words. No words for what. Hey, I was thrilled just to make these papers. I was excited about just putting one color on the gel plate, putting down packing paper and doing a pull and just having sheets of solid colors just to tear up. I was ecstatic with the result of that, and it couldn't have been any simpler, but I'm very happy to have those. Yes, that's the same person. Yes, she had like little tiny flowers, like little, and like everyone go out and get little tiny. Yes, it's got to be the same person. I'd never seen her before, and British. And there were comments about, oh, it's so nice to find a British streamer or whatever. It had to be the same person. She did start out using flowers. Exactly. That's the same person. It has to be. That's funny. It was fascinating, wasn't it? All right, here's my fence. So let's stamp that out on the tissue paper. And I have brown. And let's get out the foam stuff. Whoa, no! Whoops. That was the brush. Gosh. If you could see the mess here. I'll be so happy when I have my living room back. Literally climbing over furniture. Yeah, I don't remember her name either. Tired of climbing over furniture. And yeah, it's tight quarters in here. Well, I heard them bantering around October 1st as the date when this guy would be done, but I doubt it. And he said he wouldn't be here Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, so October 1st doesn't look like the date of anything being done by his. Thanks, Kathy. And thanks, Kathy. I really appreciate you going out and being on the front line. I really do appreciate you doing that. So thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, I could do that afterwards. Maybe we'll put a little, we'll do a couple of fences. Couple of fences. Oh no. You didn't say oh shit or anything, Di? You just quietly went to the floor? People would have known if I had done that, believe me. It's confusing when you're talking about doing something upside down and backwards. Anybody that knows me in here, I normally, when I'm crafting, I normally do something ends up upside down and backwards a lot. I made some cards and on the, wasn't paying attention, and when I stamped the message on the inside, it was upside down from the front of the card, and I sent it to somebody that would know that that was typical of me doing the upside down and backwards. I think I'm going to do a third fence. So I have a fence. Well, we'll see what the two fences look like. Okay. I'd have to call Joe and tell Joe to come and go check on Beth, Joe. She's on the floor. I've fallen and I can't get up. I used to laugh at those commercials all the time, and now I don't find them that funny because if I fell, it would be a bitch to get up. Oh, it's not easy. On top of it being embarrassing, it's not easy to get back up. That's for damn sure. At least. Well, let's do this. Not sure. How much of that? Well, let me do this. Let me just try this. I'd like to put that over there. Oh, you fall up the stairs. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't really get on my knees because both of my knees are, I've had 2 knee replacements. One that went well and one that didn't go well. And the one that didn't go well, I have basically a shattered kneecap. So I've got just pieces of the kneecap floating around in the knee, and I can't really kneel on that. Yeah, it's just, It's pretty ugly. And I literally scooted on my ass to get to a point where I can scoot on to, yeah, it's a process. It's a process. It's funny now, right? Talking about it, but it wasn't funny at the time. Hi, Pam. Oh my gosh. You should be sleeping. This is your bedtime. But thank you. This is Ginger Cat Lady Pam, the all night midnight owl. Even though she's a cat lady, she's really the midnight owl. I became aware of Pam when we swapped flowers in Becky's fabric flower swap. I can look right up and see your flower on my arrangement on the wall. And because I didn't realize that Pam was on pretty much all night. So when I wake up at ungodly hours, like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, there's Pam crafting away. And that's where I met Di and all the other people from across the pond and across far, far away. And it's a great community. Oh my gosh, wonderful community. So if you find yourself wide awake, there's a place for you. There's a place for us. Somewhere, a place for us. Those of us who can't sleep in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah. It's an awesome community. I mean, a whole community that I didn't know existed until a couple of weeks ago. That's what's so wonderful about, just hanging out and finding different people. Let's see. I hope this doesn't cover too much of the sheet. So I'm just going to kind of slip it over here. I'm covered a little bit, but not too bad. That's not too bad. You can actually see a little bit through the yeah, you can actually see the sheep legs. Come on. Let me bring it down. This is my zoom. I'm manually zoom. Yeah, you can see the sheep. Right. Exactly. You can see the legs through the. Now, yes, bunch of crazy. Who does that? Jackie, not Jerry Bellini, but Jackie Bernardi. Who's it? Where she sprays? Isn't that she's the one that sprays the back of the tissue paper? Oh my gosh, Julie, I know that I can't imagine. My heart goes out to you. That is just no fun. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna. What do you think? Just stick this over here. She's the one that sprays the back of, she sprays the back of this paper and it makes it more transparent or translucent. Those are two different words, right? Transparent is different than translucent. I have a little mister somewhere. Oh, mister, mister, where are you? That's not. Do you know what I'm talking about when you spray the back of it to make it more? I think I'm going to stick this one over here. And I'm going to try that, spray the back of it. Okay. I'm just looking for the mister. I have a mister, you know, I have a water in a spray bottle, but not, you know, that little mister, the Timmy mister. I missed Timmy today. I was going to watch his live stream, but I figured I didn't need to. Oh, it's over there. I'll be right back. I was looking for this, the Mister. The the mini pulverizer. Mini Mister. That's what I was looking for, the mini Mister. Let's try that. Yeah, but I've seen this lady and she sprays the back of the tissue paper and then uses the matte medium. So let's try it. What the heck? We've got nothing to lose. Whoops. Let's put this down. I'll give this a little spray. Well, I didn't really miss that well. Oh, wow. That does make it more transparent. You can see where it was wet. See that? I didn't get it completely sprayed, but where it got wet, it is totally transparent. Can you see that? That's where I got it wet, really wet. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like when it dries. Okay. I don't know. That's the question. When it dries, I don't know whether it'll stay that way or not. That's a good question. I could put a heat gun on it, but let's wait for the surprise. All right. Okay. What are we doing here? I'm going to do a tree. And stick this in. This and do this. Okay, we're getting there, folks. Where's the tree? Where's the tree trunk? I got the top of the tree. There's the tree. Okay, so I'm going to do the tree. Yeah, I think you're right. It'll wrinkle it. So let's do this. Oh, look, a flamingo. I'm not putting a flamingo in the farm thing. And there's the tree. And then that's the nice thing about this carving rubber. I can carve one. You can carve on both sides. All right, let's do the tree. Let's do the tree this way. Okay. And we'll do, how about coffee? Coffee. Have a cup of coffee. Every once in a while, when I say coffee, my New York accent pops up. I don't think I have an accent, but when I say coffee, it appears. I'm a New Yorker. I've lived in Florida for 25 years. Yep, that's another thing. Yep, that's true. Even if you just, that's another thing. Just stamp on the back of the white part of the napkin, you know? That's a good idea also. Oh, I didn't get the top of the tree. Oh, well. Oh, I have to tell you. I am a sucker for things on Facebook. Oh, so there's somebody, this vet that advertises this sack, this thing that you can put your cat in that's less stressful than the typical pet carrier. And you put the cat in it and you zip it up, and it's like the cat is in like a little swaddled, like a little cocoon type of thing. And it's got a strap, and you just put it over your shoulder, and you can carry your cat into the vets. And it's got two little areas where you can stick the paws out of the cat. And the back end is a zipper that opens and closes, and then there's a whole opening for the cat's neck that's got a Velcro thing, okay, Julie, that you can tighten around the cat's neck. And it looks so awesome, even though Lily has never put up a fuss getting in a cat carrier. I open the cat carrier thing, and she walks right in. But this looks so darn cute. So I had to buy it. And it arrived yesterday. And I truly had one of the best laughs I have had in a long, I can't remember when I've laughed this hard. So it tells you how to get the cat in this little pouch thing, right? And you kind of scrunch this thing up around the neck, and then you put it around the cat's neck, and then you close the bag, whatever. Well, I got it around Lily's neck, and she didn't fuss too much, you know, but I wasn't able to secure it around her neck. So her head and both of her paws are sticking out of the hole for her head. So there's her head and both of her paws. Oh my God, I just started laughing. And she wasn't struggling or anything. And I was now holding her, kind of cradling her. And she's got her head out the hole, and her two little paws are sticking out the hole. And I laughed my ass off. I swear, there was no way I was going to be able to get her into this cat sack or whatever. And they showed you putting it in the car and, you know, putting the seatbelt around her or whatever and take her to the vet. And it's supposed to be less stress. And there's just no way this was going to work for me. No way at all. So, and she was really good. But with her head and her two paws sticking out of the head hole, it was just, it was not going to work. So I contacted the company, right? And I said, although I think your product is really a good idea, I physically cannot get my cat in the bag and I would like a refund. So I get this long email back from me telling me all the different things I can use the bag for. I can use the bag, put the cat in the bag. Okay, welcome back, Julie. I can put my cat in the bag and bathe her in the bag and all. I've never bathed my cat. Or I can get her paws stuck out the holes and I can clip her toenails. That's great. And I emailed them back. I said, you don't understand. I can't get her in the bag to do all those other wonderful things. So I wish, and I didn't go back and look at the website or any, there was nowhere it said no refund. If that's the case, and they should say in big letters, buy this, but there's no refund. So I haven't heard back from them. And I know that I'm going to have to pay the postage. But I got buy one, get one free. So I had a good laugh. Lily was a good sport. She really was, because I did not get her in the bag. So we'll see. She has a strange New York Midwest accent. Well, that is a kind of, yeah. So I'm going to try this again. This seems to be drying fairly transparently. I don't want to get this all wet. Anyway. Come on. Well, she does a much better job at misting than I'm doing. That's for sure. Whoops. Okay, let's do the top. So hopefully it'll give me a refund. I said I'm going to have to pay for the postage, and I don't know where it came from. I bought it on, I checked my credit card and I purchased it on September 2nd or 3rd, and it arrived on the 27th. So you know it's coming from China. But it's so cute. I mean, you see these people holding their cats around over their shoulder. It was adorable. And then I bought a new harness. I know, a cat in a bag. Well, they were trying to say that this was less stressful. I know it's even ludicrous for me even to say it out loud. It's less stressful to put your cat in the bag than in a cat carrier. I know. And they have all these pictures of cats screaming and howling and scratching, and as they're putting them in a typical cat carrier. And then you have this little cat that's just sitting there with very content being in this sack, cat in the sack. But yes, it is kind of ludicrous when you say it that way. He has a cat in the bag. Oh my God! What can I tell you? Oh Lord! Less stress, yes, I know. Well, I said to them, it caused my cat, even though I lied. Lily was not stressed out at all. She just looked at me like, said, what the fuck, what the F are you doing? She just had that look on her face. What's going on? And she just looked at me. She wasn't meowing or really struggling. But when I tried to do it a second time, she really was not going to have any, anything to do with me trying it a second time. It's been a week of new things for poor Lily. And Lily's not young. Lily's 12 years old. So I shouldn't, And I bought her a new kind of harness so I could walk her. I'm very sorry I didn't start walking her when she was much younger. Oh, okay. It's okay. But this type of harness, and I saw it again on Facebook, and then I went to Amazon and got it $10 cheaper and free shipping. So, but there's two holes, right? Her legs go in the hole, and you just come up, and it Velcro's in the back. So it's really only one step. And she was really good. I got her in it and got her on, hooked up. No, that didn't work. I'll do another. And I took her out on the patio, right? Because she looks out there every night because that's where she used to hang out, and she hasn't been able to go out there. So I got her in the harness with the leash. And the contractor, the carpenter, Chris, he's got a cat. He's a cat person. And Lily goes up to the glass every day when Chris is here. And, he taps on the glass and she meows. And I figured, well, I can take her out there now. So I put her in the new harness. And we opened the glass sliding door, and he petted her, and, and it was very cool. And then after, later in the afternoon when he was gone, I put her back in the harness and we walked out there, right? Oh, okay. Your cat hates it, and you got a new fabric bed. That one has more windows. Okay. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Barbara. I think that's her. Yes, Holly Kate. I think that's the name. Yeah. Well, I put the harness on her, right? She takes 2 steps and then just flops over on her side. And then she'll take 2 more steps and then flop over on her side. But then she started actually walking. I had it on her, and she walked. She actually walked. I wasn't dragging her across the tile floor. Yeah. Well, there's a guy, and he's on Instagram, and he has these beautiful cats, and he travels all around the world with them. Oh, that's cool. And I don't know if you've seen them, but they're Instagram reels, and he's got 3 cats, and they're on the New York City subway, and they're flying over to Paris, and they're sitting on the plane, and they're sleeping on the plane. One cat was looking out the window when the plane took off. Hates it, Gary won't let anybody clip his nails and would never let anyone put him in a harness. But very loving. Yes. Well, Lily is fine, but occasionally she likes to bite me, and I'm not okay with that. But she doesn't. I think it's just me. I don't know. Oh, I can't cut her. I can't cut her nails. I have to go to the vet to have her nails cut. There's no way I could cut her nails. And again, maybe if I had attempted that when she was a kitten, that would have been I think, I don't know, it's a cat food, Frisky one of those cat food commercials, Science Diet or whatever. And there's a little video on how to cut your cat's nails, and the cat's sitting there not struggling. I'm thinking, yeah, right. That cat is doped up. You have a brother? Yeah. I guess you can wrap him in a towel, but it's definitely a two-man job. Right, there's my tree. And you can see the tissue, but that's okay. It's okay. I like it. I don't think spraying it with water really makes one heck of a difference. So we're just going to skip that. We're just going to put down the tree. And that's my little 2-part tree stamp, 1-part trunk. I should have put that up a little bit so you could have seen the branches. Oh, well. C'est la vie. Oh, hi, Becky. Welcome back. How's Mill? Becky and Scott go visit Becky's Mill, Scott's mom, every Sunday. And Mill is 96 years old, I think. Still driving. You took a couple of meals over. Yeah, I have. Yeah, and they charge. I don't know what they charge. It doesn't matter what they charge. I'm not going to be able to do it. So, well, here is the finished project, for better or for worse. Wetting that didn't really help. I don't know whether I can peel that up or not. But anyway, so there's the barn. I might outline the barn maybe with a pen, and maybe a barn door here. And it's a sheep farm. And there's the farmhouse. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Your vet and groomer won't cut his nails because he's 18 and unwilling. Oh, wow. 98. Oh, my gosh. Oh, she has stopped driving. That's recent, though, right, Becky? Yeah, I think you're right, Barbara. I think that medical exam paper may be a little bit thicker. Oh, yes. I would be concerned with her fangs too. Yep. Oh, you rescued her from an abusive environment. Aw. Well, she doesn't want to live with anybody, does she, Becky? She's pretty independent. But I'm so glad she decided to stop driving. Yeah, my mother handed me her keys when she was 94, 95. She just came home from work one day and she just handed me her car keys. She said, I'm not going to drive anymore. And I said, that's great. We'll work it out. Not a problem. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know. I know. She has had words. Yeah, she gets pretty upset when you even imply that. Yeah, I know you've had trouble with that. She gets pretty nasty. So you could just, can't push her. I mean, you can't. Well, I'm sure your biggest fear, my biggest fear, she's in a not a split level, a tri level. and she has to deal with stairs every day. That's the scary thing. You're going to find her at the bottom of the stairs, and that'll be it. No, I know. Believe me, I know how difficult that is. A tri-level, yeah. Hey, I wussed out. I wussed out at the end. Put my mom in assisted care. I, I, yeah, I wussed out at the end. My mom was fine with it. Her two best friends were in this assisted care place. And you all know, well, Becky knows the story. We got her all moved in. And two days later in the morning, I got a phone call and said that she had passed away. Just moved her in. She was there literally 2 nights and passed away in her sleep. Go figure. I called the same guy that moved her, and I left a message on the answering machine, and he thought that that was a mistake because he couldn't believe that I was calling him to move her stuff back. And she had a good life. And she said to me she just wanted to be with my father, and she died on his birthday. So go figure. Well, I'm going to say so long. I finished this. I'm not happy with this. This is much better when I cut it out. Yes. Oh, that's right. Red Sky at Night, Farmer's Delight, or Shepherd's Delight, or Sailor's Delight. I might peel this up and cut it out. I don't know. And I might put a blob of blue clouds up here, but I'm happy with it. And the sheep, I'm happy with the sheep. Thank you for the suggestion of doing it on tissue paper. And yeah, a lot of good ideas from you folks. So thank you so much. And have a good week. And if you can't be good, be careful and fabulous. Thank you for everybody being here. So appreciate you. Bye.